Welcome to welcome to our day two review of the England versus New Zealand series. It was a brilliant day again of cricket. New Zealand ending at 378. Conway, a magnificent double hundred. He continued from where he left off yesterday. Brilliant batting. He played the pull shot when needed, played through the offside. He looked very comfortable. To score double hundred on your debut in Lords is just a sensational achievement. And, there's more to come from this man. He's shown that he can play in all formats and he's a very skillful player. It's not easy at Lords against a very potent England attack. I think the balance between attack and defense was just perfect. And yeah, I think he's taken New Zealand to a very competitive score. They would have ideally liked to cross 400, but unfortunately, after Nichols got out and there wasn't as much support. Wagner did come in and score 25 of 21, but no one above him really contributed with the bat. And yeah, I still think it was a really good score set by New Zealand. And yeah, it was the Conway show. He scored more than half the runs in this innings, and with sensational batting. His strike rate was good as well. And England just didn't have an answer. I felt that the four fast bowler combination, it actually tired them out. If someone like a Leach was there, he could have held one end and given the fast bowlers a breather. But that wasn't the case, and Conway took full advantage of that. I think it's a very good pitch here at Lords. Not too much swing. Initially with the new ball, you get a bit of movement, but also the bounce. There's not too much bounce. So I think the short stuff wasn't really working for Mark Wood. But yeah, I think Conway took full advantage. But yeah, if you look at the England bowlers, I think Ollie Robinson, after that controversy yesterday, he apologized for his past tweets. He's come back. He didn't let that bother him, and he's picked up 4 wickets. Good mental strength. I think he bowled well. He was economical as well. He got the right line and length, and was really well backed up by Mark Wood. I think Mark Wood, that extra pace did hurry New Zealand, but it's still a good pitch. So I think that's why he wasn't he wasn't as effective in terms of economy rate. But I think Mark Wood did pick up wickets when needed, and a bit more movement, a bit more help from the pitch would have helped them. But yeah, I think it was a good performance because I thought New Zealand would probably make 400, 450. So I think, and especially when somebody is making a double hundred and you're scoring 370, that shows that it's just it was like a one-man show with Nichols there. And I think after that, the second innings when England's first innings when they came out to bat, New Zealand were completely on top. Jamieson picking up a wicket, Tim Southee picking up a wicket. Again, you saw purchase with the new ball. With the new ball, it is effective. You have to make the most of it. They picked up 2 wickets, but as the ball got older, Rory Burns and Joe Root, they got stuck in. They settled in. They played their shots, and both looking good right now. And 111 for 2 England at stumps. I think that's a really good score. It's a good fight back because considering losing 2 wickets and conceding 378, guys scoring a double hundred, the heads would have dropped after that first innings. But I feel that. The likes of Burns and Root have gotten them back into the game somewhat. They're fighting. There's still a long way to go. I think this partnership needs to continue. And with that second new ball coming in, that's where New Zealand will look to pick up wickets, I think. But there's still 40 overs to that. So what will New Zealand do differently? Again, Wagner, his short stuff is not working like we saw with Mark Wood. Yes, you can pick up wickets, but it's not as effective the short ball. So he'll have to mix it up a bit more. Maybe try a fuller length and change it up a bit. Or if you're going to go short, go continuously short and see if you get some purchase. But he looks a bit erratic. So does Jamieson. I think he did pick up a wicket, but he's trying that in swinger a bit too much than the out swinger. He's changing his variations. I think here it's your first test match at Lords. That slope is also kind of disturbing him, disrupting his line and length maybe. But I think he just needs to pick up one line and length, bowl it at 2-3 overs, just try to be accurate. That'll give him confidence, and then he can use his variations because the Duke's ball does the talking, so you don't need to try too much in England, especially at this ground at Lords. But yeah, I think the wicket's looking good. The sun was beating down, and it looks flat. I think day 2, which was today, and then tomorrow, day 3, will be the best to bat on. And then slowly you'll see some wear and tear. And I think that's where New Zealand will have an advantage because Santner is in the team, and I think he'll get some purchase. Will Joe Root be as effective? I'm not sure. England will be trying to get as close as they can to that target of 378. They're now 111 for 2. If these two can bat on, cross 200, and then take it from there, because this is Test cricket, right? Like 111 for 2 looks like an amazing score, but they can suddenly be 150 for 4, 150 for 5, and they can be wrapped up. So at under 250 as well. So I think that's where these two have to be really careful. They're set now, Root and Burns, and they just need to bat on. there's still some batting to come, but I feel this is the pair because then you have the likes of Oli Pope, Dan Lawrence, James Brissy. There's not too much experience there. Ollie Robinson batting at 8. He's also on debut, so there's not too much experience in their batting. So this is where they need to make it count. Unfortunately, Sibley and Zach Crawley could not contribute, both getting out. And I think it's down to this pair. As long as they can stretch this partnership, England will be there with a fighting chance. And if they can take a lead, it'll be sensational. But I think it's getting as close. I think the target should be 300, and then take it from there. It's a good fight back. I think I was really impressed to see the way Rory Burns played. Very patient in the beginning. There was nip and movement like we saw in the New Zealand innings as well. The New Zealand bowlers were getting purchased in this innings, and Rory Burns he fought through it, and then he played his shots. He's good on the leg side, good on the off side. And Joe Root, he's a world class batsman. He's shown that he doesn't get faced too much. Whatever the challenge is, he'll get stuck in and make sure he contributes for the team. And they're both looking good now. It's going to be a fascinating day three. Day three is what we know as the moving day. That's where we get closer to knowing who's on top, who's not. And yeah, I think New Zealand will still feel that they're in the driver's seat, but they will need wickets early on if they can get a hint of new movement. Early on in the morning with the wind and stuff, if they can get some movement, trouble the England batsmen, pick up a couple of wickets, that will put pressure right back in England's camp. So I think that's what New Zealand will be looking to do. England, again, like I said, will be looking to stretch this partnership. I think, yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining me. I think the players to watch out for tomorrow will be Root and Burns. From New Zealand, I would really want to see how Tim Southee bowls. He's leading the attack now. How does he lead this? Like, he'll be talking to the bowlers constantly as well, and along with Williamson. So how do they come up with new plans for this pair? Especially Joe Root is a world class batsman. What are they going to do to try and dislodge him? That will be very interesting. So yeah, it's going fascinating day three. Again, I feel that New Zealand are in the driver's seat, but things can change tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. A good fight back from England, and hoping to see a more entertaining game on day three as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll catch you after day three's play.